Russell Wilson has always been a polarizing figure among Seattle Seahawks fans. Is he a future Hall of Famer? Possibly. One thing's certain, he's the best quarterback in franchise history. For nearly a decade, Wilson was electric, a dynamic leader who helped bring Seattle its first Super Bowl title. But over time, that polished, media trained persona began to wear thin. His robotic answers and picture perfect image started to feel less like professionalism and more like distance. Somewhere along the way, he seemed to forget that winning the Super Bowl wasn't a solo act. Things truly unraveled after the 2021 season, when Wilson reportedly went to ownership and tried to push out general manager John Schneider and head coach Pete Carroll. That move didn't just backfire, it ended his era in Seattle. When the Broncos traded for him, many Seahawks fans didn't root for success. In fact, some quietly hoped he'd stumble. Not out of hate, but out of disappointment, and stumble he did. His time in Denver was a mess, made worse by new head coach Sean Payton, who made Wilson the scapegoat for nearly everything. Payton's jabs in the media, wrapped in fake professionalism, crossed the line from critique into bullying. And when the Broncos beat Wilson's new team, the New York Giants, in Week 7, Payton took another shot, telling reporters he was glad the Giants had benched Wilson before facing Denver. This time, Wilson didn't stay silent. He fired back on X, formerly Twitter. Open quote, classless, but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media. Close quote. It was a bold, raw response, a far cry from the overly polished Wilson fans had grown used to. For once, he wasn't the brand. He was the man behind it. In that moment, Wilson showed emotion, pride, and defiance, all the things that once made him great. He stood up for himself, and in doing so, reminded us he's still human. He might remain a divisive figure in Seattle, but with one honest tweet, Russell Wilson became real again. And for that, the 12s can finally cheer.